Hey y'all, happy Monday, December the 15th, and it is, of course, holiday spirit week, so I'm kind of like trying to dress up like as a present. So I have on like all green to be like a present today. But today has been a great and productive day. A lot of things have gone well, and I have been able to get a lot of things done to prepare me for getting ready to assess my students. So in my last week's vlog, even though it was a short one, I did tell you all that I would be sharing some tips and strategies on how I prepare for the next group of students that I'll be getting. Let me turn my little space heater off for the next semester. So let me put you guys over here while I work and talk to you guys. So the very first thing that I do after I analyze my data, what I do is I go ahead and I actually take some time to think about the type of learner my students are. So I consider all of those things first so that I can get my groups done, because we have to be successful with our students. They're in a group where it's distracting for them. I mean, they're already being pulled out from their class. And so we need to make sure that they're being successful. So that is the first thing that I do. Once I get my groups together like that, then I look back at those groups again to see where are those students. So let me stop. I'm trying to use my words wisely here. So in full honesty and transparency, when I'm looking at, are the kids mastering the skills or mastering the standards to close those gaps? At this point in time, I kind of have an understanding of which students are closer to closing that gap and being ready to leave me, and the students who I know they're farther away from closing that gap, and I know that I'm not going to be able to push them over until probably the very ending of the school year, or they might need to also come with me at the very beginning of the next school year. Based on the data that I have from those students, I try to make the best informed decision that I can. So if there is a group of students that I feel are not as close to closing the gaps, and I'm probably not going to be able to get them to that fully closed gap, then I will put them in a separate group so we can really focus on those skills, while I push in maybe some other skills as well to try to make sure that they're not going to get further behind when they go to the next grade level. So that is one thing that I'm always making sure that I'm consciously aware of, because I want to be as successful as possible with all of my students and really try to meet their needs and not just looking at them for this school year. I'm always thinking ahead as well. And so that will be one group. And then it will be another group where I know that they are so close to exiting out with me, but then they also need to get their current grade level content as well. So that will be another set of students that I have that I will put in a different group. So those will be the two groups, and that's how me and the other teacher, we divide the students that way. So she will have one group and I will have another group. There's a lot of decision making that goes behind the scenes. So that is the very first thing that I do. I like to give myself an entire week to really plan and prepare. Me and the teacher, we also talk to each other so that we can plan and prepare together, because I want to make sure that we are both on the same page. We both, know our goal, and we're focused and we're ready to move forward. So that is the first thing that I do. And that's what I spent most of the day doing, thinking about our students, talking about the dynamics of our classroom, and trying to first get that done, and then talking about how the students are performing academically. That's the first thing that we do. The next thing that we'll do tomorrow is we'll go ahead and start doing some placement assessments for kids that we may feel we are unsure of, and we need to figure out, do we think maybe this is the level that they're at, but we're kind of unsure about where they are and the skills and exactly how to close those gaps for that student. We'll do some progress, we'll do some placement test assessments for those students. So that'll be day 2. So that'll be what I will focus on for tomorrow. So yeah, it's been a good day. We were able to get through all of our students. How Monday goes. I will check with you guys tomorrow to tell you the next thing that I do. Hello, happy Thursday. Yes, it is not Tuesday. It is Thursday. Yeah, I have to say, I have no idea how some teachers can blog every single day of the week. This is just been a busy week for me. I have not been able to blog like I have wanted to, and I sincerely do apologize. But I am here so that I can finish sharing some tips and strategies with you all. I might not share too many right now because it's almost at the end of the day, but tomorrow is Friday and I will have a lot more free time to really dive deeper in it. So my last blog on Monday, I was telling you guys what I do as my first initial steps with getting the groupings and all of those things done. So after I have grouped all of my students and looked at who needs to go where, the next thing we do is placement test them, which is what I have done. I have placement test all of the new students and the existing students. And so what I'm looking for is to see some growth, of course, but then I'm also looking to see where as a whole, the new group, where's that median place that they need to start working so that I can plan my lessons accordingly. And that is what I plan on doing tomorrow. Now that I have gotten all the results of the placement test, now I'm ready to kind of see where's the best skill that I need to start working on with that new group as a whole. I was a student coming in my classroom. I always plan and I work with the other grade level teachers, especially those in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, as well as my 2nd grade kids, because the 2nd graders are coming into 3rd grade and I want to make sure that they're a little bit more solid than years past that we've had with our 2nd graders going over to 3rd. And so I meet with them and I find out what are the skills that the students are struggling on, even on their grade level content. So I find that out. And so what I'll be doing is figuring out a plan for me to merge that information in, or those strategies or skills in, with the intervention skills, with closing those gaps as well. So it's a big task that we have ahead of us. So I'm so grateful for the break to be able to take a moment and just breathe. And I've been really trying to do so much planning right now so that I don't have to do over the break. So that to me is very important, to have as much family time as I need to. But I do know that I might have to spend, I'm just going to be honest and realistic, I might have to spend maybe a day or 2. I don't want to spend more than 2 with just getting some things done. So I actually plan on coming into work early tomorrow than normal so that I can leave at exactly the ending time. Next things that I have for me to do is just to start on some of the pre-planning and see what type of, how my lessons, how are they going to be structured now, so that I can help and support those students. So I'll talk with you guys tomorrow and go a little bit more in depth into my pre-planning, getting myself ready for my next group of students in the new year. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hey y'all, happy Friday. Today has been a very productive day. I have refreshed my classroom and I have just gotten myself ready and started some planning for the next school year. So, jumping in and continuing how I prepare and get ready for the next school year, I have already gotten my list together. I've identified where I want my students, what lessons and all of the things that I want my students to go ahead and start working on. And I've also try to start working on a little bit of how I want to work with those push kids. I do want to kind of think about that a little bit more over the break because today was really like a real prep day. Even though we have a teacher planning day when we come back, I know we probably have like district trainings, and we may also have a little lengthy faculty meeting. So I may not be able to spend as much time as I want. So I'm going to just take that home over the break. But for the most part, I'm very proud of myself that I've stayed focused and have been able to do all of the things that I really wanted to accomplish on today. I still have about an hour left here at school that I can continue working on some things before our end of contract time, but I'm feeling very successful. So now that I know who my students are, what it is that I want them to do, and how I want to work with them, now what I have been doing is thinking about how I want to now present my instruction to them as far as for the resources and the materials and things that I'm going to be needing. So with my kindergarten students that I want to start now incorporating for my students is, and I thought I had it with me, but I don't. What we're going to start doing here as another little strategy is I have these Ziploc bags here for my students, and we're going to use, as you can see, they're like poppets. And so I have one over here for me as a teacher. So we are going to start using these as poppets to go ahead and identify the sounds that we hear in our words, because what I've been finding is that the students now, especially when I've been doing their assessments, the students now, when I would give them VC words, they would want to make it a CVC word. They are trying their best to make that 3 sounds instead of 1 because they've been so used to and they've had way more practice with CVC words than VC words. So I wanted to bring in a visual, a textual thing. So we'll be using the poppets so that we'll be able to now, when we get ready to start writing our words on that step where we're on day 1, where we begin to write our words, I want them to be able to see, and I'm going to be intentional with putting in some VC words because not all the time it puts in those VC words, but I'm going to add in the VC words because it's like almost like they've been thrown off with that. So you can use the poppet as well. So what I would do is I would call out the word and we would do the sounds and we would do duh. Okay, that's all you hear, so that's all you write. Don't try to write something else. So that is what I've noticed, and that's a change that I need to do for my kindergarten students more successful. And then for my second graders, it's going to be new for me because I'm not going to have the U-Fly group. I'm going to have the Voyager group now. So I am that's the one where I'm trying to merge the two together to see where U-Fly is going to, the knowledge and the skills and the way U-Fly presents things to the students can be merged with how Voyager does that. And I'm still in the planning process for that, but I know that that's my goal. So that is also one of the things that I'll be working on also over the Christmas break, but I'll be doing that group with them because they are ready to read. It's more so just a refresher of those phonics skills that they need, and we just really need to focus on practicing more reading fluently and being able to answer those comprehension questions. So that's and writing as well. That is one of the things that I want to incorporate with them is an opportunity for them to write. In Voyager, they don't have many opportunities to actually write a sentence other than them writing the comprehension answer. So what I want to do is use AI to go ahead and put in whatever the focus skill words are and have them write, have it give me a sentence dictation so that I can write those write sentences for them for sentence dictation, because they need more practice with doing sentence dictation as well. That's one of the things that I've noticed. And then for my third and fourth graders, and I'm just going to continue on where we are, so that's not a lot of planning for me there. I'm just going to keep on going with where I am now in those adventures. It's been going well. They have gotten so much better, especially with decoding their words and into the syllable parts, so that they can then apply the phonics rules to that syllable part, so that they can write the words and read the words correctly. So I don't feel like I need to do any changes there with that instruction. So they are doing really well there. And then with fifth grade, I'm getting a new fifth grade group that is going to need Voyager. And what I see is that they are struggling more so with morphology. So I'm going to work on integrating more morphology for them in that as well. So that's my plan going forward, and the way that I've come up with how I need to readjust these things is by going over the data, going over their progress monitoring, making myself notes, having my own personal reflection time, and just saying, hey, what do I think I need to do better for these students, or what could I do more to help these students? And that is something that I would definitely encourage you to do. So that's pretty much where I am. I'm just very happy that I've had this day to kind of just get all of the things out there and get all my plans done. So hopefully I might not have to spend too much time over my break going through things, and just enjoy my family and enjoy my family time. So remember, in my next videos coming up, I'm going to be going over specific strategies for specific grade levels for specific needs of students. That is what I'll be focusing on in my vlogs coming up in the new year. Thank you all for watching these videos. If you know another teacher friend that is an intervention teacher that could benefit from some of the tips and strategies that I share, definitely send them over to my channel. And if you're not already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I'll see y'all in January.